evaluate the integral by making the given substitution. So the integral that we have is cosine cubed theta times the sine theta d theta, where u is equal to the cosine of theta. Okay, so let's take a look at the substitution that they're given. So we're going to let u equal the cosine of theta. Okay, so now the next step is to take the derivative of both sides. So the derivative of u is going to give us du. And so now we need to know what is the derivative of the cosine of theta. Well, the derivative of cosine of theta is negative sine theta, and that's d theta. Okay, and so now when we take a look up here at the original question, okay, what we want to do is we have sine theta d theta. So we need to figure out how to isolate that. So we have a negative in front of that, so this doesn't have a negative, so we're going to have to divide that negative to both sides. So therefore, this now becomes negative du, or negative 1 du, which is equal to the sine theta d theta. Okay, now you can put a 1 in there if you want to, or you can leave it as the negative sign. Okay, so now in step number 4, what we're going to do is rewrite the question. So again, we have the integral cosine cubed theta times the sine theta d theta. Okay, so what do we know that the cosine of theta is from the substitution? We know that u is equal to cosine of theta. So what that means here is that this is the same thing as saying the cosine theta cubed times the sine of theta d theta. So now, what do we know about the cosine of theta? Well, we know that we call that u. So now that becomes u to the third power. And then we're going to multiply it by what the sine of theta d theta is equal to. And that's equal to negative du. So that becomes negative du. So now we're going to factor out the negative sign. So we have the negative, the integral of u cubed du. And now we're going to go ahead and then take the antiderivative of u cubed. So this can be negative times u to the power of 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 plus c. Okay, and so what do we know about 3 plus 1? Well, we know that this is going to give us negative. We have 1 in the numerator. 3 plus 1 is 4 in the denominator, times u to the power of 3 plus 1, which is 4, plus c. And so now we have this, and now we're going to bring back in what we called u from the beginning of the question, which is cosine theta. So now this becomes the following. This becomes negative 1/4, and that's the cosine. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and rewrite that again. So negative 1/4 times the cosine theta to the 4th power plus c, which we're just going to write as negative 1/4 cosine to the 4th power theta plus c, and therefore there is our result.